Okay, well,
Okay,
let's go ahead. Let's go ahead. Shall we start?
shall we think? Yeah. So
Okay.
I've got notes here for chapter one. So yeah, you just
You should have. I just sent you a few minutes ago. I
you
sent you.
did. Yeah,
Oh, it says interview one, but it's got all three of the first
I have.
chapters on it.
Yeah, I have them. Yeah.
So okay, so I'm pinning myself as the speaker to start with, and I'm just going to start in three, two, one. Welcome to Author's Corner. We're currently doing a series of interviews with author Wayne Kuhn, the creator of the Recharge Workshops and a new addition to the world of self-help books. It's time to recharge. Welcome, Wayne.
Thank you, Bud, and good to see you again.
It's good to have you here. Listen, I'm just going to start off with a couple of foundational questions about your book. We're going to leap right into this here and about your own experience. Can you tell me, how did you decide to pick the name Recharge for your book?
Well, it's interesting. Recharge is an interesting word. If you look it up in the dictionary, it means to rejuvenate. It often refers to electrical, like a battery, where you bring it from a lower energy level to a higher energy level. And so when I looked at recharge, I thought, yeah, that's what I was looking at, because I was looking at salespeople. Like, why are some salespeople full of energy, selling lots of houses in this case, and then there's others that are just slugging it along day after day, and they're just feeling like they shouldn't be there. So there's a difference in energy level, and I thought, I need a way to recharge these people. Like, why are some people down and others up all the time, and vice versa? And so recharge seems to be the appropriate name that I gave to the process of raising mindset. And yeah, it seemed like a good fit.
That's great. I should mention something. I noticed you don't have a red balloon with you in today's video, but a lot of times when I see you when you're speaking, even when you're just getting together with friends, sometimes you have a red balloon with you. And I wanted to ask you, what's the deal with the red balloon? And as a follow-up, what does the red balloon signify to you?
Well, actually, in my book, I have a whole chapter on the red balloon. The red balloon is an interesting thing. And I guess it started without. I'll make a long story short because it's in the book. But I have a grandson, who's 12 years old, and so 12 years ago he was a baby, and I used the red balloon. I used to put it in their cards, their birthday cards, because they lived like 6 hours away and we couldn't see him. And I thought, how can I let my son Aiden know that this is from Grandpa Wayne? And after sending these balloons to him, he got to know that when he saw a red balloon, he said, "That's Grandpa Wayne," And so that kind of carried on. But I've always liked. I always thought red balloons have, to me, they represent something joyous, a point of celebration. So I took that idea and I actually branded it into my real estate career and called it Celebrate Moving. And so wherever I go, whatever I do, I try to incorporate the red balloons as kind of a branding tool, but also a reminder to me that we need to celebrate every day of life. And again, that gives you the energy of a higher mindset. And that's kind of what recharge is all about, is bringing your mindset so that it functions at a higher level, so that you think at a higher level. And in that higher level, and I'll just jump in and say this now, is there's like two states out there. You've heard, well, like the sun comes up, the sun goes down. There's a sunrise, a sunset. There's good days, there's bad days, there's black and there's white. There seems to be a two states in a lot of things that we do. And of course, there's always exceptions. But so I looked at these two states and I thought, when I'm high and up and feeling good, I'm more creative, I'm more energetic, people like me more, and I attract better things. So here's my high state. However, when I'm down, not feeling too good, I'm grumpy and I'm worried about my financing or whatever. And just, the sun's not out. What a crappy day. Let's just stay in bed all day. When I'm down, nobody wants to be around me. I'm not very creative. I'm just kind of blah. So that's where recharge says, oh, how could I take that blah idea, that blah person or that blah state and recharge it? And can we do that quickly? And can we keep people up all the time? Now, I know that's not realistic to be up all the time. They always said if you're up all the time, you're likely on drugs. And if you're down all the time, you likely need drugs. And I know that's not politically correct, but just a saying that I kind of go by, So everybody has their ups and downs. Even the highest energy people have their down times. But that's my goal in recharge is how can I get your mindset feeling great most of the time?
Remember, this is Canada. Apparently, drugs are okay now.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. Throw a
But
little of that.
when I think about the word charge, a lot of people feel that having a charge of whatever it takes to succeed is largely a question of talent or giftedness or just plain luck. Has that been your experience?
Yes and no. I used to think that. I used to think, why are they ever talented? You've heard the terms, oh, he's a natural, or she was born that way, But if you look and you study if you study those that are successful, I'd say 90% of them isn't necessarily skill. Like I think of people like Tiger Woods, they're like, oh, he's a natural. Yet he's changed his golfing about 3 times from what I understand. So what he does, the way he's shooting today isn't the way he shot 20 years ago. And and here's a kid that started golfing when he was very young, and he'd play like 4 hours a day. You read the Wayne Gretzky story. Oh, he's just a natural. No, he wasn't. He started on the pond. His dad pushed him and taught him everything he knew. He taught him techniques. Like he learned more. Sure, he had the gumption to learn it, but very oftentimes it's not. I talk about Peter in my book, about somebody that has natural talent, but oftentimes they don't have the mindset to take it and run with it. And so a lot of the very successful people are just driven. They know what they want. They go after it, and they keep it in front of them, and the goal is out there all the time, and that's what they go after. And they're fully charged because of that goal. They know what they want. So yeah. It's so to answer your question, sometimes it's natural. Sometimes people are a little better than others. I use the example, like if I wanted to be a jockey, there's nothing else I'd want to be as a jockey, ride a horse, real fast. Well, here I'm over 200 pounds, and most jockeys are likely 90 pounds and they're 4 foot nothing. So I need a big horse. You can see that it doesn't line up, right? So maybe a jockey isn't a good pick for me. So sometimes we have things that are just fixed, and we need to accept them the way they are. But very oftentimes we need to search what are our talents and explore them and expand on them and use them. Yeah.
Great. Thank you. You talk in your book about education, but you suggest that there's more to success than good education. Could you tell us a little more about that?
I have to be careful with them because there's 2 sides to education. And from what I've studied and what I'm seeing is if I wanted to be a surgeon, I need to go to school. If I want to be a doctor, I need to go to school and learn the trade. I want to be a lawyer, I need to go through law school and learn how to do that trade. So that education is very important. I think to the general audience, education is more of a brain exercise because you don't really know what they want. I remember my youngest son. He didn't really know what he wanted. So I said, well, we're not going to send you halfway across the country, put you in a boarding school if you don't know what you want, right? So it took him likely a year after he graduated from a general course to really grab onto something that he loved to do. So what that means is that, and another good example is I'll give you my dentist. So my dentist is, when you go into him, he's likely got 3 or 4 rooms, and he runs from room to room, back and forth, checking all the patients and doing a little here, a little there. Then he's got a whole staff in the front that looks after booking and billing and everything. And then he's got his wife that manages the whole operation. So he's got a $1 million thing going on there. Busy all the time, and all he does is look in your mouth and fix it. That's all he does. That's a successful dentist in one state. Now you can go to another practice where you go into their dentist's office, and there's one lady sitting, maybe a lady sitting in the front. She's the receptionist. And there's one dentist in the back with one chair, and he's doing his thing. Both those dentists came through school, learned the same trade, have the same skills. Yet one has a successful, wealthy running machine, and another is doing his thing, but not near the productivity he could. So what is the difference between those 2 states? And the difference is in the gap. The difference is, what do you really want? Do you want a big successful business, or do you just want to do something on your own? So, and you can take that analogy and you can take it into lawyers, you can take it into trucking businesses, you can take it into grocery stores, can't say it, pizza place down the road. Talk to the pizza owner. He owns 5 stores. Why not? So it's not just a matter of thinking one pizza at a time. He's thinking bigger, and thinking is the word. He's thinking bigger.
Fantastic. Well, thank you very much, Wayne. I really appreciate you taking some time with us today. I've been talking with Wayne Kuhn, and Wayne has created this book. It's Time to Recharge, which you can, I think you can find on Amazon. Is that right?
Yes, or in my office.
On Amazon, or you can contact me or Wayne directly, and we'll make sure you can have access to a copy. If you want to recharge your life and your business, this is the book to read. This has been Author's Corner, and you have a great day. Thanks a lot, bud. Take care. Now, I'm going to suggest that we actually, I had a thought while we were doing this. Is I have no idea how well this is working, what the sound's like, how I'm going to edit it. So I'm going to suggest that instead of my original thought of doing 3 chapters all today, is send me the recording of what we just did. I would agree to that. And then we can watch this and make corrections. Yeah. If we do. I'm going to fiddle with it and see if what I can do on this end in terms of technology, and then we can watch it together and see what we think. Yeah, I tell you, my experience one time was that I quit recording, which I haven't done yet, but I guess you can cut this off. And then I went out of Zoom and I went back into Zoom, but it takes likely 10, 15 minutes for this to load. That's right. From Zoom on. And when I logged into Zoom again, I cut off the first recording and lost it. And it's very sensitive. Well, where have you got it saving? Is it saving on your computer, or is it saving in? It saves onto a file on my computer. So what I'll do is I'll grab that file. It might be better if I have to figure out how to do it, but Dropbox, I think we'll move it in. You've likely used Dropbox, right? I have, except that I found I couldn't use it anymore because I filled it up with just one speech.
Oh, okay.
They shrunk the thing. So we can probably do it with yours, but I can't use it anymore.
Well, let me see how
I've
I
been,
can yeah, I'll try, I'll send it to you somehow, and then
okay.
let me go from here. How long have we been running? About 30 minutes? No, 20.
Let's
Anyway,
say
we'll
here.
figure it out.
Yeah,
I'm going to
exactly.
pause recording. I'm going to